Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We got a special guest for y'all today on this 8-8, this 88 frequency day, which they call the Lion's Gate. And hey, sometimes some people believe in it, some people don't believe in it, but it's all about the energy you put in it. It's all about the energy you put in it because we had many calendars throughout our history. So, if you're going to put all your energy towards it, it can be very helpful to you if you're open to it. But just want to remind all you great people out there, okay? Hold on. Just want to remind all you great people out there that I got some great things coming up. All right. Just want to say I'll get some great things. I got New Diamonds, Superstar New Diamonds will be on my show on the 13th of August. And then I got Paula Herlock coming in live and direct. Also, I will be at the Black Veg Fest, the vegan festival on Saturday, August the 9th, which is tomorrow. And if you want to do a quick 10-minute numerovation session with me, you got to pull up. I will be by the DTR 360 book table. You can buy some books and get a 10-minute numerovation session with me at the Lincoln Terrace Park. I'll be over there, pulling up over there at the Black Veg Fest. And do remember, if you are in the Georgia area, make sure you support Tassili Ma'at and the whole family. Tassili Ma'at is doing the Afrofuturism for the Mystic Fair Afrofuturism from September the 5th all the way to the 7th. And make sure you support one of my newest sponsors, this beautiful sister here. Her name is Nicole Vanessa Spencer. She has books, she has products, she makes jewelry. She is a wonderful person for consultation and different things. She's an author. She's a former military veteran. She's a military veteran, pardon me. And she is from South Carolina and Trinidad. And make sure you call that number 240-416-7711, and make sure you support also 340 Worldwide, 340worldwide.com. Make sure you support. They help to provide services that can help you grow your business. Make sure you support them. And do remember, my brother and sisters coming on today's consciousness on the 26th of August. Mansho and Nwasha Edu will be with me talking about relationship consciousness in relationship today. Today's consciousness in the conscious community. Relationships are ups and downs in these days and times. So we're going to have them coming on. And do remember, family, if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. And remember, I do have the new seniors discount rate for the 30-minute and 60-minute sessions. You got to be 60 years and older. Or you could be an AARP member. You got AARP member rates too available that I'm hooking y'all up because I'm a part of AARP. I'm 58. I'm a part of AARP. You could be 50 and up, I think, to be a part of AARP. Big up to, again, New Diamonds and all that she does, all the services that she do. And please, if you want to advertise on my show, I got a monthly discount for up until September. If you want a discount up until September, you can text me, or you can come on aboard and you'll be part of this whole stream too when I've come up. So without further ado, we have a brother that I'm going to be bringing up for you. Not only is he an extraordinary metaphysical teacher and health practitioner on multiple levels. He's been taught by great people like the late, great Dick Gregory. I want to welcome right here on my channel. He's not new to this. He's true to this. Let's welcome the one, the only Doctah B. How are you, my brother?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm different. As you has already helped me to realize that. I'm feeling good. I feel good. I got to be like James Brown, sir.
Well, beautiful. Congratulations with your shift.
Yes, and I'm still shifting, sir, especially in this 88 portal. I'm still shifting. So how's the family on your side, sir?
Everyone is doing wonderful. We're at a very special time right now on the planet because everything is speeding up. The molecules, the Earth's rotation, the vibration of everything is speeding up. And even with today, when we hit that 8-8 vibration,
Yes.
The energy of of Sirius, the sun, our sun, and the earth have
Yes.
been in a special energy wave ever since July the 3rd. That's that's
Mm-hmm.
the whole that's the whole how should I say, a channel that happens, a doorway that opens up between that time and now. And
Right.
that serious energy is what, like they say, it's hot. It's hot as July, hotter than July. It's
Right.
because both suns, our spiritual sun, Sirius,
Mm-hmm.
and our direct sun are connected. Their energy is flowing on us really strongly. We've been being charged all through this period of time when our solar plexus is being recharged. That's our
Yes.
inner battery.
Mm-hmm.
So today, it's about focusing on your intentions, what you desire,
That's right.
who you'd like to be. And one of the things that happens is the minute you begin to focus on what you desire, a part of you could easily come online, and it's the subconscious saboteur or the guardian
Mm-hmm.
that seems to block or be attempting to block what it is you're moving towards.
That's true.
So your conscious mind is your ego or your will of what you would like. Your conscious mind can process 7 individual bits of information a second.
Mm-hmm.
That's all your senses. So take your senses, it's processing that, it's filtering that. The filtering network is based on your beliefs, how you grew up, what you
Right.
heard over and over, what your perspective on in life is. The subconscious is different. The subconscious doesn't have a filtering network. It's picking
Right.
up everything ever since you were born and before.
Yes.
It is programming or storing like a librarian every piece of information. Everything, colors, sounds, but it doesn't speak. It doesn't talk in English. That
Right.
subconscious mind is just taking everything and putting it on the shelf.
Right.
So when we decide we desire something, we want to move towards something, immediately we're going to be tested. So you want to climb the mountain. Let's say you're climbing Stone Mountain.
Yes.
The gravity is pulling against you. It's not trying to, it's attempting to protect you or protecting everything has its opposition. You'd like to move forward, back is still there. So you have to consciously each day focus on what it is you desire. It's called the telos or your goal. You see, when you focus on that goal, no matter how hard it is, you stay there and you will move towards that goal, even if some days you fall back.
Right. Right.
So a lot of times people pick what they desire, and they've been picking what they desire and doing meditations and all these things. But the subconscious is programmed sometimes by the family or the belief system that we came in. You see? Where's my phone? Let's turn all that off.
It rang at the right time. Family, we got Dr. B with us. Make sure you go to his website, elevationtime.com, elevationtime.com. He got something special coming up on August the 17th, which is another portal day because 1 and 7 is that 8. People don't realize that. And this month alone, you got 3 different portals. But this is the strongest one now.
And even speaking of these portals and these situations that pop up where the stars and the planets align or the numbers pop up, we got angel numbers, and we see all that. That's conscious. Your conscious mind is focusing on that because you have knowledge of it, right?
Right.
But the subconscious is a whole different being.
Yes.
It's affected by the stars and numbers and all of those things. But that subconscious is something that's programmed by the repetition of pain or pleasure.
Yes.
So if you grew up in a family where the language of pain was love, they talked to you harshly, they loved you. If you grew up in a family where it was all about the languaging was all about how hard it was going to be, how tough it's going to be, how bad the world is. Or if you, your own self, is always focusing on the enemy, the victims, and you have this victim archetype, it is very hard or will be very challenging for you to move towards desirable goals.
Right.
That subconscious is being programmed by repetition. So think about how many times we speak in ways that are disagreeable. Think about how often we talk about the enemy and how bad the world is. That's become repetitious, and you're telling the librarian that is bad out here. Your subconscious, which is processing over 13 million computations a second, computations a second. Think about that. Conscious mind is what? 7 individual pieces of information. Subconscious is processing 13 million, and it is keeping you breathing. It's the autonomic mind, part of the autonomic nervous system. So it's automatic, keeps you breathing, keeps you digesting, keeps your heart beating. So it's automatic. When we begin to focus on what we desire, we begin to move away from that by reprogramming the system. But we have to do this every day.
Right.
There's ceremonies, there's things you have to do every single day to break away from the old habits, the old energy. That's what we're moving towards right now. But these things that are happening energetically, that are happening cosmically, they are potential. We can use them as potential. Like you buy a brand new car.
Right.
If you don't have a key to it, it's sitting outside. You can't drive it.
Right.
So it's not just these things that are happening that could be good. They're potential. What's going to make them happen is you or us by alleviating some of the cords and connections we have to the real world, what we call the real world or the mainstream world, which is not the real world, but we call it that. We focus on what they're saying in the news and what they're saying in social media. And if we keep hearing how, it's this way and we begin to believe that, then guess what? It crystallizes. So we have to detach and deactivate that kind of stuff. And there's techniques to detach and deactivate that stuff.
That's right.
By creating what we call homeostasis or equilibrium or balance. When you are balanced, right? You're at a place where you're in the middle. And when you're in the middle, you're focusing on what you desire, but you're realizing that opposition can be there. It can actually act as a saboteur. This is what makes you more and more powerful. When you're able to go against opposition, but you don't have to fight. You just have to learn the art of war. Sometimes you got to befriend the enemy. Am I right? Go down and eat with them and, stop calling them bad and stop looking at this as something that's trying to hurt you, because sometimes that enemy that you see is actually you. It's inside you. It's enemy.
Exactly.
You see, so we have these events that are happening like today, which are great possibilities of growth. So we focus today on what we desire. Focus on who you are. Use the electricity and the voltage, right, that's in your solar plexus that you've been storing all year. You see, now we're moving into the harvest season. So fall is going to be about harvesting what you have been planting. What are your seeds? What would you like to grow? So we're able to bridge the gap between what we desire and what we're programmed for, or how we've been programmed. Oh, that's deep when you can bridge that gap. So you were involved in our last experience.
Yes, sir.
What was your experience when you were in that state?
Brother, my experience was now the one in New York or the one in Jersey? I mean, in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, the one in Atlanta. Now that was because I was fully engrossed in it. Other than the one in New York, I experienced joy. I experienced some form of pain because I was also pulling back certain things. A lot of things from the past came back to remind me of things. And I was also, I was really staying in line with what you were saying to keep me right there in the moment. Also, it was very telling to me because even that evening I had a dream about, I wrote it down. I don't even remember it right now, but it was out there. But I know it was one of those dreams that took me out there, but it definitely reminded me of what, and I had to do the thing that you told us to do, that create that thing, either tapping on our heart and tapping on our chest. And I created my own little snaps and all that to remind me to go back to that moment. So you kept us in the now and the possible healing of the now, and keeping me, in tune with what I had to do. So it was a beautiful moment, especially when we went outside and started throwing the energy. And that was a beautiful moment, redirecting energy on all seven areas of the world and all that of the universe. And it was beautiful, brother. And I know everybody around me enjoyed it. So big up to everybody that came out there, man.
So what we're talking about is the core access experience.
Yes.
Which is a tool that helps us ascend and helps us move towards what we desire. And what we use is music. We use sounds and frequencies that tap us into the theta state. When you're in the theta state, that's the state when your mind is in between sleeping and awake. This is where meditation happens. This is where creativity happens. This is where, a lot of people improvise from the theta state. It's in between sleeping and awake, or in between any two spaces is that place. That's the 8. So today is Eta, which is Theta, right? We're in between where Sirius, the sun, and the earth were aligned. And we're now moving into a place where they're not in alignment, but another alignment begins to happen to pull us into the fall season. So we're going to be moving towards that equinox, which is happening in September, right? So we're in the theta state right now. When you're in the theta state, you're in the place where you can create and change almost anything. So part of this process is a guided meditation where we're using instruments. We're using instruments that are tuned to these frequencies that keep us in a place where the chemistry of the body begins to open up the portals deep down into our conscious and our subconscious and bridge the gap between where we're going, who we are, and where we'd like to be. It's huge. So the last one we did here in Atlanta, most of the people who did it talked about how even though it was a 4-hour process, it seemed like it was no time because time drops away. Because in that place, you're in a place where that theta state, there is no time. It's like being a part of it actually is a part of being in the quantum field. And in the quantum field, all the rules are different. So one of the things that we had to do first, right? We asked everybody to pick something they desire. Pick one thing that you desire. And then we put it in what's called the language syntax. So we help the people who are present create a statement that's a special way of speaking to the subconscious. The subconscious doesn't speak in regular language. It's like talking to a 5-year-old. So there's a very special sequence of words and a rhythm that we have to talk to that subconscious, to get the subconscious to allow us to open up the field. And that field is that theta state. And that theta state is where we can create anything. And as we use these musical instruments, we create a whole world in the subconscious, an entire place, an entire space inside the subconscious. You see, this helps to bridge the gap, right? By using creativity, by using sounds and frequency, by doing certain physical exercises, we can tap into the subconscious and we can change programs and we can take out some of the luggage and some of the cargo that's been in there. Do you know a lot of the stuff that's in your subconscious, you don't even know is there. A lot of times you go to a therapist and they talk about, they let you talk, but sometimes the issues can't be talked about because they're not known. This could be stuff that was passed down through your family lineage or things that happen. And a lot of folks can't remember their childhood very well. They can't remember all the details. And sometimes the details that we remember are ones that have anchors. You see, a lot of things that are happening to us, right? We think it's happening because of the past, but it's because we're remembering and we're thinking about the past as if it's now. So in this process, we create this nowness moment. It's huge, man. So I was glad to see you there and go through the shift that you've gone through. I called you yesterday. I said, I see the change. Well, you called me, I think. But I said, I could see you. You've changed. You're changing. Your energy is different. It has more of it's more focused. It's more calm. It's more clear. Because that's what most of us are. We're all over the place. We're all over the place sometimes. Me, I'm all over the place sometimes. I'm so super creative that sometimes when you're asking, for something, it's a time to be structured. Sometimes we're not as structured. because we're more into improvisation. I come from the world of music and jazz. It's improvising.
Yes.
We're flowing.
Improvising.
Some people don't learn
Right.
that way. They can't deal with that. You see what I'm saying? They can't listen that way. They need things structured, and it has to be A, B, C, D, E, and F. And there's certain people who teach that way. But sometimes we need to know whether we're more kinesthetic, auditory, or visual. Once you know if you're a kinesthetic, auditory, or visual thinker, you can communicate, and others can communicate better with you just by knowing that, because you're now pacing the person. When we're pacing each other, so if I say, you feel me, I keep saying, you feel me. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That means that I'm being more kinesthetic, which means feeling. The body is kinesthetic. Kinesthetic has to do with feeling. It has to do with movement. How you're moving your body, how you feel about things. Some people think they talk in terms of, do you hear me? It sounded like, and I heard a big truck and an airplane went by. Those people are very auditory. Some folks need to touch something and actually do it before they learn it. Some folks need to hear it. Then there's those who are visuals that need to see it written down. So when you have a kinesthetic, auditory, and visual experience, we're tapping into all the different parts of people, all the different parts of yourself. The process, the core access experience, is taking you through a kinesthetic, auditory, visual experience where you can tap into the gifts that are within you, because we all have what we desire in us. Everything is everything. It's all this. We think that that's a tree and this is a bush, that's a house. Actually, on the quantum level, it's all the same energy. It's just structured differently. So we all have down in us these powerful gifts. So when you come to the core access, you bring what it is you desire. And we help to clear out the things in you that are possibly going through opposition, or you're feeling opposition, or you may have been sabotaging yourself and not even really knowing it. We're able to go down and get some of that stuff that's blocking you out of your subconscious. And it's the most amazing thing. Go ahead.
Just want to remind people that your core access event is happening August the 17th from 12 to 6 p.m. at go to www.elevationtime.com. That's elevationtime.com. Family, when I say the event is powerful, and this one is going to be VIP and food and everything different than the last one. It's going to be and much more people at the Network Atlanta, right? That place there, Network Atlanta, ATL, ATL,
Network ATL.
And the space, when you go on their website, beautiful space Dr. B has pulled out. And again, that 17 is a number 8. And 17 in numerology, family, is whatever's going to happen that day is going to implant a legacy making mode, because 17 in numerology is the number of creative and spiritual legacy. People don't realize that's how deep the compound numbers are. People like to add everything up and break one thing down, but the double numbers like 17 is the number that says that you're going to, more than likely, out of this particular core access he's going to do, you're going to leave there thinking on leaving a legacy and wanting to leave your name behind after you're gone, because everybody in history that was born on the 17th that I know, especially in celebrity, have left a legacy. Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan is leaving a legacy. Les Brown is leaving. All of them born on the 17th. Michelle Obama, all of them born on the 17th. Note, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? So that is if you choose to leave the legacy, because I tell people numbers is about the statistics, the probabilities, the possibilities, and the pattern, cycles, and sequences, both positive and negative. So you can either not lose one, use one, or you leave one, or you can leave one. It's totally in your hands. So that day is going to be a powerful, another form of Alliance Gate, still in Leo, and it's also Marcus Garvey's birthday. Again, leaving legacies in every aspect, every level. Dr. B. Go ahead, sir.
So have you heard of being in a whole brain state, or what we call whole brain synchronization?
Right. Good.
When we're in a whole brain state, that means the intuitive side of us, which is the right brain, and the analytical side of us, which is the left brain, are in sync. They're working together. The conscious mind and the subconscious are both in sync. When all the parts, our head and our heart, are in sync about a certain thing, we're in a whole brain state. We can use everything from creativity and art to words to mathematics. Everything is available when you're in a whole brain state. We were programmed to never be in a whole brain state. Something was placed in us a long time ago that created that subservient gene where we are sometimes feeling we're not enough, we're not good enough, our value, even though people could be saying all day long, oh my God, you're great, you did this. Sometimes we can't handle that because we were never told those kind of things, or that was never supported or nurtured in us when we were young. Having credentials. Some of us haven't even celebrated. We haven't celebrated the small things in life. We celebrate when they tell us, it's okay, this is your birthday, this is this holiday. But when you begin to celebrate within yourself, that alone creates a whole brain state for that moment, because the serotonin chemical comes online. It says we've completed something and we feel whole. We feel like we've climbed the mountain. We've gotten to this place. If we don't celebrate the small successes, right, when the big ones come, they're not as powerful. So coming together and celebrating is incredibly powerful. And part of this event, this core access experience, is about celebrating. It's about celebrating who we are, celebrating your successes, and celebrating this time together, tapping into the collective unconscious, because everybody there is connected in a grid. Yeah. When we're in a room with people, the collective, or what they call the collective unconscious, everybody is connected and communicating together on that level. Now, our egos and our minds and our differences, all that stuff comes up in our head. Oh, they're not like me. But there's a connection that we all have that keeps this life force going. But when we celebrate together, right, when we do something together, a ceremony together, it locks us up like a liquid crystal. And being in that state is an amazing thing. When we are there and we know we're there and we're with people who are all there for the same reason. So the core access it's created to access what's deep in your core. I'm doing a free webcast tomorrow at 11 a.m. So if you go to elevationtime.com, it's going to be on my channel at 11. It's going to actually be on YouTube also. So you can go to Doctah B Sirius at YouTube, or just go to elevationtime.com, where I can talk more about this and talk about some of the things that people it's a big discussion. Was why is success so hard? Why is it so hard to be successful? That's because there's key things that successful people know. Like successful people never give up. They never fail. No. They might fail, like they say Willie Mays hit more home runs than anybody else. What they don't tell you is that Willie Mays struck out more than anybody
many
else.
Times too. Exactly.
Am I you feeling that?
Exactly.
You gotta keep swinging the bat. But sometimes we get out there and we fail 2-3 times and we quit. It doesn't work. It was hard. That's when you gotta, you have to constantly focus on your goal, which they call a telos. What is your main goal? What is your main idea? What is it that you would truly like? And you don't give that up no matter what. The core access process helps people move towards their goal and clear some of the trash that's in the way. It bridges the gap between where you are and where you'd like to go. It puts you in a whole brain state, what you call the Theta state, or the Eta, which we are in today energetically. We're in between two worlds. We can do anything when you're in the Theta state. It helps you detach and deactivate some of that stuff that may be blocking you. It gets down into the core, down into the substructure, where you can move some of that stuff out of the way. So I'm really excited about this. I'm glad that we're going to be doing this and that you're going to be there.
If somebody asks, is there vending space? Is there vending space, or only you vend? Only your products are sold, right?
Actually, if they'd like to vend, we may have a few vendors, just a few. So they can go to my
Elevation Time.
Well, actually, it's probably going to be easier just to go to my email. So go to Doc B
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let
737.
me put it.
No, do it. Let's do it
Let me
this
put it
way.
up.
Go to
What's that?
marketing.
Marketing. Hold. Let me write it in. MARKETING.
At elevationtime.com.
Elevation time.
Marketing
Okay.
at elevationtime.com. Now, we're not vending everybody in anything, because some of those things, we have to curate it just right, because what state your mind is in and what your environment is in helps to create your nowness.
Right.
Your nowness has to do with everything that's happening in that environment. So we have to create a very special environment. Everybody's going to come in love, and there's going to be a few vendors there. And there's going to be some VIPs like you and some other folks coming that are going to come to share. So from 12, well, the VIP starts at 11 a.m. And that's where, folks get an elevation gift bag full of products, and they get a quick tune-up subconscious alignment. We get to talk a little bit. You get front row seating. You get the VIP experience. So that's happening from 11 to 12. Then from 12 to 4, we actually go through the exercise. That exercise has 4 parts to it. And what you saw on IG, where the people are doing and they're moving the energy, that's towards the end of it. That's pranic energy. It's a pranic energy exercise,
Right.
But after that, we're going to have. Go ahead.
No, I was just reminding Pam, if they want to contact, go through the marketing at elevationtime.com if you want. He's not putting any vendors up there, so don't just bombard them with anything. Please, they got to vet you out.
And don't take it personal if we say, well, we're full or we can't do it or no thanks,
That's right.
But from 4 until 6, we're going to have food. So food comes with this. You're going to have healthy food. There's going to be meeting and greeting and networking and meeting some of those folks and rubbing elbows right with the folks who you need some help, or who can help assist. When we come together as one, when we start collaborating, instead of looking at opposition and who's got what, and attempting to, a lot of times we're in a fight. We combat. We were taught that. That comes straight out of Rome. Your stuff is better. You need to prove this. You need to prove that. See, that competition has got to be transformed into collaboration. Let's work together. If you have nothing good to say, then don't say anything. Sometimes our word is what's tripping us up. It's our mindset, our ego, and feeling that people are out to get us or people are against you. Because this guy one day, Brother King, he was telling me all about the problems of the world and all the enemy, and he was breaking all this down. And I said, well, what if you woke up tomorrow and all that was gone? Who would you be? Because that's all he talks about. Who would you be tomorrow? What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and all of the opposition and all the problems were gone? He didn't know what to say. He says, what do you mean? They're never going to be gone. So why even talk about it, since this is the world and it's going to be terrible forever? It becomes a thing where we're just reprogramming ourselves to be in competition and fight and need an enemy. That's where some folks get their energy. And we're not saying that's bad. If that's how you want to live, or you decide or choose to live that way, it's okay. But if you would like to clear some of that stuff out, because some of those are habits that we picked up from our family, some of those are things that we're not synchronized, because of the system. If you come through the system, even look at, social media, you've got to be able to take a break. Yes. If you find yourself, you can't live without your phone for like an hour or two, we got a problem. Not saying that the internet is not a great tool, but it's like taking, an herb that's really good for you, but you take it all the time. So now it doesn't really work. And there's so much mass distraction going on that we have to take a break. So in the core access experience, it's like taking a break. It's like getting years and years and years of therapy in one session. So once again, go to elevationtime.com so you can come to the free what is it? A webinar that I'm going to be having tomorrow. That's going to be from 11 until, for at least a couple hours. So I'll be talking about more of the issues that we sometimes overlook, that we can, begin to come up with solutions.
Good. I know you got another program you're about to jump on, so I'm not going to keep you, my brother, because I know we busy people. But family, again, please join our brother Dr. B tomorrow, of course, on his free webinar, of course, and make sure that you join us all that's going to be there. And got some surprise guests. I'm not going to say any names. Got some surprise guests that's passing through. I'm one of them, definitely. So surprise, August the 17th, we're going to be in the building over there at Network ATL. That's going to be a fun spot to be. That'll be my first time going over there. And make sure y'all check out Dr. B over there at the marathon with Red Pill on Know the Ledger. They're about to go in there and do it, and I'm coming on after him. We're going to do what we got to do to keep this thing moving and keep it grooving. And again, go to elevationtime.com. If you're a vendor, of course, he's choosing. So make sure y'all are, whatever you got is right and exact. Marketing at elevationtime.com. That's marketing and elevation time. Anything you want to leave with us with this 888 vibration, sir? This 88 vibration, sorry.
This is a time to find balance and footing, because some of us are moving so fast with the vibration of the planet that we could do well by taking a break and breathing, drinking some water, walking, being calm, because this is also an emotional space. Sometimes for a lot of folks, that you hit these places where there's these alignments happening, you could become emotional because you're not sure what's happening. We're on the bridge. You can be building or destroying right now. That's what 8 is all about, right? Or building and destroying. Sometimes you got to destroy to build. Exactly. So that 8, it's a rhythm that I play even when we're doing this subconscious alignment, this core access. I'm playing certain rhythms. And one of the rhythms that we use is called the 6-8 rhythm. Yes. That 6-8 rhythm, it connects your upper self, your lower self, your higher self. It taps you into the cosmos. It taps you into the Akasha. You can play a 6-8 rhythm and go almost anywhere in the world to indigenous people, and they know it because they're all tapped into it, because it's got to do with the way the blood flows and the heartbeat. So we use that in a lot of our processes, and we use certain frequencies to do that. This is the day to dance away some of your constrictions. Realize that we are being triggered. Yes. We're being triggered to be better, to do better. Yeah. And sometimes our triggering, it upsets us. I'm being triggered. Why are they messing with me? Me too. I'm not out of this. None of us are perfect here on this planet. We all got challenges. We all got things that we aspire to be, and sometimes you got to be ready to go through it. You've got to be ready to master, and that's why I say a true master is always testing themselves. They're always trying something that could cause them stress, because there's healthy stress. There's healthy stress. So today, drink some water, do some walking. There's a couple things that I myself was looking at just before I came on the program. I was like, oh, wow, I was moving too fast. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. So my rhythm is off sometimes. My rhythm is off if I'm not in rhythm with the universe. So let's get in rhythm with the universe. Do some grounding. It would be great today, take off your shoes and your socks and touch the earth, hug somebody, say something good about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Say something good about yourself. Give yourself a good hug. Give yourself credit and celebrate all the things that you haven't celebrated. How many things have you not celebrated that you didn't think was important? You see?
That's right.
So this is a beautiful time. I'm glad we're all coming together in oneness at this particular time on the planet, because this is our time to rise. Between now and 2017, there's many shifts and changes as the poles flip. We are actually experiencing a polar flip. That's why the compasses and everything are off. Everything is different because we're in a new place, in a new space. You see? So some of the old stuff don't work. Some of the old ways, they just don't work. We're seeing more and more angel numbers. We're meeting people that, we didn't even expect to meet. And all of a sudden, boom, I wasn't even expecting that. That's because now we have to expect the unexpected. And that's where
and sometimes we're meeting people to balance us off. You know what I'm saying? Meeting people to balance us off. Yeah,
exactly.
Because some people could be all over the place, man, and want to do everything. But you like you just said earlier, taking time to yourself, learning how to slow it down and relax. I told somebody yesterday, I'm choosing my battles now so I can win the war less stressful. Yes. I don't want to be stressed. And Dr. Africa used to tell me, man, he rest in peace. He's like, King Simon, your information is great. You come from a whole different perspective. Slow it down. He told me to talk slower. He said, relax, talk it slow, and let them get it out. Get it out and let them understand and articulate it. And I was at his house. He was telling me that, and I said, Doctor, I'm full of this. I want to say it like this. I said, you can say it like that, but let them understand it and take time and still put the energy behind it, but take time and give it to the people clearly. That's what he was telling me to do. And that's what, at your event, that's what reminded me. He came into my ear and said that, I told you. And he was, because you said something about, slowing it down. And then Dr. Africa came into my ear and said, slow it down. I guess that's why I started losing my voice off of the mountain. It's telling me to slow it down and remind us. So I'm looking at all, don't, because, we're, like Les would say, we're, all of these ages are behind us and we got all of God in front of us. So, hey, except God is patient. God, the creator is patient, and it will just wait for you to get it, get to where you got to go. So I appreciate you, Dr. B, for sharing your wisdom. And again, I don't want to keep you because I know you're going to be on with Red Pill. Family, again, elevationtime.com and marketing@elevationtime.com. That is the email. And love you, man, Brother Doc. And I can't wait to see you on the 17th. And we're going to make it happen. All right.
Thank you, man. It's been an honor to be here. And I'm going to slow it down, too. I'm listening. See, sometimes we're talking and we're teaching, but each thing that you're teaching, you're also learning. We're all learning and relearning. So I'm listening. Let's slow it down. Let's be more focused and more clear together in oneness. That's how we tap into the core. So I'll see you on the 17th and all of you out there on the 17th at the Core Access Experience live in ATL. So if you can get your tickets now, you might get a space, but you know how it is, man. You got to move when you move. Feel it in your gut. So thank you very much, man. Thank you for all that you're doing, all that you've actually shared with me, and what you're sharing with the world. And much love to you all out there. Give yourself some love and go celebrate. Go dance away some of your constrictions. All right? Travel light.
All right. You too. Travel light. That's right. Dr. B, make sure y'all go and check out our brother on with Red Pill over there at the marathon at knowtheledger.com. I know the ledger on YouTube. I'm going to be on right after him. I'm getting on around. He should be going on right now. I'm going on at 1:50 over there. And again, I'm going to slow it down. Like I said, I was telling a friend of mine last night, I can't do all what I did when I was younger the same way. I have to be very patient with myself right now. And again, my voice still hasn't come back 1,000% yet. So I'm still feeling that my voice is still telling me, King, slow down, relax. And because we are in this 8-8 resonated vibration, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it on Red Pill's channel. But 8-8 represents the ability to manifest anything. So this is a good open doorway to manifest anything within your means, both positive and negative. Because remember, the 8 by itself is a build and destroy energy. And 8 is also a reminder to being designed to determine the outcome of your future by using the intense force of your creative imagination. So I'm going to talk about that on Red Pill's show. We're going to get into that, and I'm going to go into my book. numerovation for mental stability, because as long as you're saying 8, remember 8 and 8 adds up to something. And when it adds up to something, it's an indication of what you need to align yourself with also. And then if you add the 8 plus the 8 plus the 2025, it also adds up to something. So again, I'm going to touch on those nuances on Red Pill's program, the marathon that he's doing, the manifestation marathon that he's doing. And we're going to be about it. And I want to see y'all over there at Know the Ledger on YouTube. Know the Ledger, LEDGER, at YouTube. And they have a whole marathon going on right now. Right now, there's a marathon going on. So I want to see y'all over there. I'll be over there at 1:50. I'll be over there at 1:50. All right. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Support our brother, Doctah B, once again. ElevationTime.com, ElevationTime.com. Don't forget, and here's a reminder, we have our beautiful sister coming up. Our beautiful sister is coming up on the 13th. Support the channel, of course. Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo. Got all of that going on. Again, New Diamonds will be in the building live and direct on the 13th. And then on the 16th, that Saturday, we have Paula Herlock from out of Jamaica will be with us tomorrow on that day, on the 16th, right before Doctah B's event. That's why I did it on that Saturday, because I want to be over there. And remember, support our dear sister's products also. Make sure you support our dear sister New Diamonds products also. And big up to 340 in the building, and big up to Nicole Vanessa Spencer in the building. And remember, tomorrow, if you're in New York, in Brooklyn, New York, we're going to it's a free event, but you got to register to get those free tickets. You got to register. Black Veg Fest, the vegan festival, food, music, guest speakers, all of that is happening from 12 to 7 p.m. If you want to do a quick 10-minute session with me, I give a discount when I'm at those events. So a good 10-minute session with me, and you could record it. You got to be out there. I try to get away from the music. That's why I like to do my stuff intimately, in an intimate setting. But if you want a quick 10-minute session where you could record it yourself, pull up tomorrow at the festival, and I will be there. I should be there around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. All right. And want to remind everybody that, once again, Doctah B's Core Access Experience in Atlanta, August the 17th. Go to ElevationTime.com, ElevationTime.com. And again, please support the channel. Get my books on Amazon, but I also have ebooks if you want them. You got to use the PayPal.me/King Simon. And please put your email in the PayPal description. Boom. Send your love gifts to all of that. You can take a snapshot of that right now if you want to send your love gifts at any time, any portion of the day. If you want to book a session, text me your full name, date of birth, and email to 347-496-1022. Seniors discount rate for the 30-minute and 60-minute sessions, only 60 years and older. We're supporting our elders as much as we can, because just because you got old don't mean that it is over. And if you are a part of the AARP members, please text me your card, and you could cut it off. I just want to make sure I see the AARP logo, and then I can give you that 10% discount off of the AARP members rate available also. I do have cards, not for sale, but I do card spreads if you need, from my own very own card, my numerovation guidance deck. And you're more than welcome to do that if you want to. And that's 11, 22, 33, or 44. Simple stuff. And I even take a picture of the cards and make sure you get it in your text or your email. All right. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Coming up next, my lessons. The marathon continues. I'll be breaking down the words. The marathon continues. And from a numerovational, spiritual, and physical perspective, I'll be breaking down the word marathon on Red Pill's thing, but that the completion of that saying that Nipsey Hussle spoke about, the marathon continues. We're going to talk about that in its fullness on my channel. All right. So make it a date and don't be late. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great. And as I love to say, I love you because I love me. And remember what Doctah B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair says. Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Once again, I love you because I love me. Take care, be at peace, be safe, be strong, and I hope to see y'all out there at the Veg Fest at the Lincoln Terrace Park tomorrow. I will be there live and direct. Take care. Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.